All right. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I'm back again with another video. I hope that you guys are doing well and I hope that you guys are staying safe. So today, you guys, I've actually been wanting to do this topic for the longest because honestly it's something that I felt like I've had to overcome, and definitely is a journey for sure. So yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and get right into the video. But before I do, I just wanted to say welcome. My name is Joy. I am a narcissist abuse coach, and I've been dealing with narcissists since 2006, and since 2017, I have been helping former victims, now survivors, heal, move on, and recover after dealing with narcissistic abuse. So, you guys, let's go ahead and just get right on into the topic here. The topic at hand. So basically, let's pull it up here and see. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about some belief systems that maybe some of us we could have, especially after dealing with the narcissist, and specifically negative belief systems. And by the way, God, I'm just saying none of this is like active for anybody per se, but I just kind of wanted to talk about maybe, some things that you could be trying to overcome, right? We're just kind of bringing it into awareness, right? So, especially after dealing with narcissistic abuse, maybe it could be some of these things you could be having in your mind, and you could believe this to be true due to the fact that you experienced narcissistic abuse, and maybe this is just more so have been a given for you per se. Like maybe you never questioned any other things that you believed, or maybe the thoughts that you may have, or your patterns that you do day to day, or why you think a certain way, why you feel a certain way, whether it's about yourself, about others, about the narcissist, and just generally speaking, right? So maybe this is just something to keep in mind. Maybe these are some belief systems that you may have, and if they are, maybe it could just be kind of something good to work on and try to turn the negative belief systems into something positive, right? That's what we're all about on this channel, right? So learning from our experiences that may not be so nice and turning it into something that it could be a better experience. So yeah. So let's get into it. So you guys, let's see, let's pull it up. All right, so basically, actually I'm gonna close this one. Hold on one second, you guys. I have like all of these tabs open. I just want to make sure that I'm on the right tab. Okay, cool. All right, so for instance, if you have been around a narcissist, whether you grew up around a narc, or you had a romantic partner that was a narcissist, or maybe it was an in-law, and things like that. So this could be something to just keep in mind. So basically, some examples of some negative core belief systems could include I'm not good enough. So maybe for some of you guys, you may feel like you're not good enough, right? And maybe this could be something that you write down, so that way you can actually find out what it is that could be emotional baggage, or it could be insecurities, it may be triggers, different emotional wounds that you may have, or anything, right? So maybe you want to write this down. But yeah, you may have a belief that you're not good enough. And by the way, you can go, you guys, you can go to psychologytoday.com. So check this out. But yeah, you also may have a belief that you're not lovable. You may have a belief that you're worthless. You may have a belief that you're not confident. You also may have a belief that the world is dangerous. You may have a belief that people are untrustworthy. And some of those things that you may believe could be true to a certain degree, like based off of past experiences, based off of some things that you could have gone through, and you may feel, that you are not good enough. You may feel that you're unlovable due to maybe it could have been people let you down, people could have hurt you, betrayed you, they could have stabbed you in the back, or they could have lied to you, or misused you, or let you down, or disappointed you in some way, right? And you may feel not confident due to that, right? So knowing all that, and also you may feel like the world is dangerous, and for some people that could be a reality due to, you know, their environment, like where they live, where they work, again, just like other circumstances. It could have something to do with you know, resources, maybe lack of their resources, or, you know, just maybe people could have felt like they didn't have certain opportunities that other people have, you know, and they may have seen certain stuff go down with their parents and things like that. So yeah. All right, so now you may be like, okay, Joy, I know about these negative core belief systems, right? So how do I fix it, right? Okay. So, and then also let's talk about what is a negative belief system too, right? For those of you that are like, Joy, what do you mean by that, right? So I just kind of gave you an example of what that may be. Oh, and then some other negative belief systems before we talk about what it is. So you may say you're not good with money. Some people could say that. You could also say, I'll never get the job that you want. You may say that. You may say no one will ever want to be with me in a long-term relationship. And you may also say, I always screw things up. And again, that could just be due to the fact that, you know, from previous experiences, this may has happened to you. When it comes to finances, you may feel like as soon as you get paid or as soon as you get funds, you may have to spend it, or, you know, you may blow it or whatever, or, you know, it just kind of goes away quickly and you're just like, oh man, I have to make it back, or oh man, I have to give it to this person, that person, blah blah blah, you know. So again, that's just something to keep in mind. Okay, and another one, right? And some others, negative core belief systems could be the world is not safe, I am worthy. You may say you're bad. You may say I have to be perfect or I will get rejected. You may say I need to read people's minds and give them what they want or I will get rejected. No one wants to hear my feelings and do not ask for anything. No one wants to give it to you. So you may have those belief systems, right? Okay, so let's turn this into a positive. Let's talk about how we can combat these negative belief systems, especially if you are a former victim, now survivor of narcissistic abuse, right? Because for those of you that have dealt with this abuse, this could be these belief systems, these core thoughts, these core values. It could be 10 times worse because of what you have gone through and all the abuse you've heard, all of the, you know, the put downs and, you know, the disappointments and the trauma and the dysfunction environment, the toxic environment that you've been around. You can be like, yeah, man, this stuff really is true, but in actuality, it's not necessarily true per se, but it's like based off of what you've gone through, right? So yeah, 1 second, you guys, my earrings be tripping sometimes. So let me fix my earring. But yeah, I hope that made sense though, you guys. Hold on. Let me see something real quick here. All right. So yeah, looks like the sun is starting to go down. All right, I hope this video is not too dark, you guys, but y'all can let me know. Okay, so yeah, let's get into it. So let's talk about what exactly is a negative belief system, right? So basically, a negative limiting belief is basically going to be false accusations you make about yourself that can cause a number of negative results. So for example, if you have a limiting belief is that you're bad at inspirational speaking, you'll likely decline any opportunity to share your knowledge with others in a group setting. So basically, you guys can see how having a negative belief system, whether it's in regards to work, career, if it's in regards to love, if it's in regards to your personal life, you guys can see like how that can impact you in a negative way. It can cause you to miss out on opportunities. It can cause you to kind of just be and feel low about yourself, feel depressed, make you feel stressed out, make you feel isolated and alone. You know, it could cause you to miss out on blessings. It could cause you to miss out on meeting new people, having different experiences with new people, because you may feel like, oh, I'm unlovable. Oh, I can't trust people. Oh, people are going to hurt me, you know, due to, you know, your previous experience, which again, things do happen, but you know, you just want to make sure that you give people chances, right? Give people a chance and let them show you like who they are. Like, you know, if someone doesn't give you a reason to not trust them, then that means not saying just blindly trust people, but it's like just give people the opportunity to show you, you know. And if you don't have a reason not to trust them, then it's just kind of like, you know, you just got to look within yourself. It's like, do you trust yourself? Because a lot of times when you don't trust other people, that just means you don't trust yourself. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, so that's basically what a negative limiting belief is. And a lot of times, and I think I did mention this in a previous video, we kind of gain these negative belief systems due to our environment, whether it was like in our home, whether it was like in a school environment, maybe it could have been in a church environment, it could have been in a work environment. It's not necessarily something that we had in mind. It's not really necessarily something that we want to think or want to believe. It's just, again, what you see around you when maybe like when you're younger, or what you've experienced like maybe with your parents or other relatives, you know, that could have determined certain belief systems about yourself, right? Okay, so now let's talk about some positive belief systems, how you can kind of turn this around. If you're like, Joy, well, okay, I get where you're coming from. So how do I gain some positive belief systems about myself so that way I can be happier? You know, I can heal from this abuse, from narcissistic abuse, and so I can feel better about myself, and I can have and be open to new experiences. That's a good question. So let's kind of get into that. All right, let's see here. Okay. Hold on one second, you guys. I'll be right back. Don't mind me. Hold on, you guys. I just want more light, and I felt like when I started the video, the lighting was good, but I felt like, okay, let me see. I hope y'all can see me a little bit better. Hold on. Don't mind me, y'all. Okay, that is better, actually. Okay, cool. So yeah, you guys, let's see. So let's get into it. All right, so let's go over some positive belief systems that you can start to implement and have for yourself, you know? Because I don't know if you guys know, sometimes when you have negative belief systems, it kind of just, you know, just makes your life kind of just miserable, and you're like, you know, just find yourself to be lonesome, and, you know, no one wants to be around you like that, and they may be like, oh, you're a Debbie Downer, you're a negative Nancy, and, you know, and stuff like that. So just make sure you're not like that, you know. But anyways, you guys, so let's talk about what are some positive core beliefs. So let's say, all right, so maybe you can start to feel, especially after dealing with narcissistic abuse, and I understand that you may not believe this at first, right? It may be difficult for you to turn the negative into a positive, because again, we understand you've been through experiences, you could have been hurt, you could have been let down and disappointed, and you just could feel that everybody else is going to do that to you. But, you know, understand not everybody is like that, right? But basically you may feel like, oh, or you can start to say, hey, I'm lovable, actually, you know, I'm fundamentally okay, my opinions matter, I'm attractive enough to find a partner, I deserve happiness, I can meet expectations, my needs are important, and I am smart, you know. So you can start to say stuff like that to yourself. Maybe you can start to write that down, right? So maybe you want to write down something like, what are your negative belief systems, so that way you can kind of work through and see that, okay, you know what, I have this belief, but it's not really true. Actually, this positive belief over here is true. And then you may be like, well, Joy, I know you maybe try to be all positive and everything, but I don't know, some of these negative belief systems actually really are true for me. But always remember, you guys, whatever you believe is true for you is true. So if you believe the negative belief systems, then that's going to be your reality. If you believe the positive belief systems, then that's going to be your reality. So it just really depends on you. Do you want to have a negative reality, or do you want to have a positive reality, right? So we all have that choice. We can make that choice ourselves. So it just depends on, you know, what you want. You know, it's your life. We all live it, and nobody can live it free. So, but yeah, I hope that makes sense. Let's see here. And then we can kind of talk about, you know, some belief systems about, like, abundance mentality, right? So you can start to say to yourself, like, okay, I'm mindful of money and I'm good enough at evaluating myself. You can say earning money means having done something well and correctly. Money expresses appreciation towards me and my work. We can do a lot of good with money, and money helps me to go through life with fewer worries, so you can kind of have that type of mentality, right? Because I know that is a big thing for a lot of people. As far as like belief systems, it's about themselves, how people feel about themselves. A lot of people have negative belief systems about that, and then also people have a lot of negative belief systems when it comes to like finances and career and work, right? Because a lot of people put their value in who they are based off of like maybe how much they earn or where they work and what they do, and then also the people that they're with, like relationships, friendships, and connections, right? I find that to be pretty common thing, right? So so you can also say let's see here, just something to keep in mind. Let's do some more examples of some positive belief systems. Okay. But yeah, I don't want this video to be too long, you guys. Y'all know I be fixing my hair in the videos. My hair be doing its own thing. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. Yeah. So some other things that you can just say to yourself, and like I said, if you want to write this stuff down, like I know for me it was helpful, or you could just say this stuff to yourself, the positive belief systems, right? Because that's gonna help shift your mentality, shift your mood, shift your attitude, right? Because when you think better, you feel better, right? And you do better. Because when you think negative, then you do negative and you feel negative. So you want to just, like I always say, just make sure what it is that you want to feel. So just some positive money affirmations. Just again, I'm so worthy and capable of making more money, honey. I've got this. You can also say money flows to me naturally and easily. I'm comfortable with wealth and wealth is comfortable with me. I have all the qualities and the resources I need to make more money and create the life of my dreams, but there are no limits to the amount of money I can make. You can also say I attract wealth. I have more money than I even know what to do with. And you can say ring, ring, cha-ching. Money rings at my doorbell and I welcome abundance with a smile. So you can go to ashleydiana.com/25 positive money affirmations. These are not boring. So yeah, you can definitely check that out. But yeah, no, I hope that this was helpful, just kind of, overcoming any negative belief systems that you may have about yourself. Especially when it comes to, after dealing with the narcissist, because again, I understand that a lot of us, after we get done dealing with the narcissist, we do have negative belief systems, right? We think very low of ourselves, and that affects our self-esteem. It affects our self-worth, our self-value, how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about our environment. And you just want to make sure that you think highly of yourself, even though you have been a victim of narcissistic abuse. It doesn't define you. It just more so makes you aware of what's going on with certain individuals. And there's just some inner healing that you have to do. Again, there's some work on your belief systems you may have to overcome. You may have to overcome some emotional baggage, some emotional wounds, or some emotions that maybe you had kind of put on the back burner, or maybe you was trying to fill a void with dealing with certain emotions, right? Maybe that needs to be addressed, right? It could also be some childhood traumas that you may have to address, some PTSD or CPTSD, right? Some post-traumatic stress disorder symptoms that you could be experiencing, some withdrawals, some flashbacks, some some coping mechanisms, right? Some things that you have to work through. Like I said, flashbacks, withdrawals, any of that kind of stuff, relapses, all that, And also too, I'm still reading this book, you guys, so highly recommend if you want to learn how to overcome any negative belief systems. I highly recommend Tapping Into Wealth. This is a good one. I'm actually still reading that. But yeah, you guys, and yeah, negative belief systems can really get to you. I know for me, especially after I got done dealing with the narcissist, I had to watch a lot of videos, I gotta be honest, and I started reading a lot too. That's why I always recommend reading, watching videos like this. But I would watch videos where they would talk about like your self-esteem, your self-worth, your self-value, like, you know, attracting, like we are who we attract, right? And then also like I had to have like standards for myself, not saying that, oh, you know, my standards are like, oh, crazy and everything like that, but it's just like, no, like there's certain things that you want and there's certain things that you don't want. So it's kind of just more so identifying that versus just kind of dealing with anything per se, you know. And so you know, I had to kind of keep that in mind. And then in regards to I'm trying to think, what were some other things? Yeah, I had to like change my mentality about when it came to finances too, like work and career. I had to get creative. I had to know that eventually I was gonna have to do something for myself, meaning like, yeah, you can work a you know, corporate America, but at the end of the day, if you really truly want to be happy, you might have to kind of do for self, you know. But obviously that's a process too, you know. And so excuse me, I always eat before I come on, so that's why I'm always doing that, so my bad, you guys. But yeah, and then I'm just trying to think as far as there was a lot of things that I would do, you know. Like I said, I would read, I would like work out, so it's another thing, like getting physical with your body. Another like yoga. Actually, I'm gonna do that after I finish the video, just saying. But no, I love yoga actually. But yeah, I just started to study about myself. Obviously, yes, I did study about the abuse that I had gone through, because I definitely wanted to know what that was about and how I could like overcome that. I'm trying to think of some other things that helped me with negative belief systems. I just started taking care of myself, right? I just started like just doing things for myself that make me feel better. Just calm my mind, soothe my mind, relax my body. I had to relax my body, try to do things that was like stress-free, drama-free, you know, just do things that make me feel calm, you know, different activities that I enjoyed that made me feel at ease, at peace, whether that's eating or reading a book or drinking some tea or anything, you know, taking a hot shower, taking a nap, you know, all kinds of stuff, or going out for a walk or going for a swim, you know, things like that. So just doing things that just kind of calm my mind, working on a project or dancing or singing or whatever, just any little thing that I could do to kind of combat any belief systems. And also I challenged whatever I thought was true, even though it wasn't true. I challenged like certain belief systems. Like if, let's say if a person has a belief system that they're unlovable and they have like loving friends around, and I'm like, oh hey, like let's go out for dinner or let's hang out. It's just like, you are lovable. Like you may have it in your mind just because of what you've gone through with like in a situation with a narcissist, but it's like you're actually a lovable person. So, you know, you may have to challenge. I started to challenge my belief systems, you know, and then as I always say, I got close to God, you know, I got close to God, and I just try to minimize anything in my environment that caused me any stress or any anxiety. That's another thing, because a lot of times when we have those negative belief systems, it's because we're so overwhelmed with our environment a lot of the times, where we feel like we're stressed out, we got a lot going on, a lot on our plate, and it's just kind of like, oh, if you can kind of minimize that, you know, and maybe just spend some time by yourself is helpful, you know. And for some, you know, it's different for everybody. Others, you know, how they can relax and be calm is listening to music, you know, listen to music or whatever, stretching, things like that. But yeah, you guys, I hope that this video was helpful. Like I said, I know that the Belief systems is a big thing, because the thing is, you got to remember, with certain belief systems, people just don't challenge them at all. They're just like, oh, you know what, this is what I've heard all my life, so this is true. It's like, you might want to think twice. Like, it may not be as true as you think. It's only true if you believe it to be true, right? So, but anyways, I hope that this made sense, you guys. Give this video a like, share, and subscribe. Share it with a friend or a family member you think it can help bless. And I hope that you guys can kind of start to break free of any negative belief systems that you may have, and try to believe something different. Because remember, everything is all in the mind, right? Your mind could be your best friend, or it could be your worst enemy. So you have that choice in choosing how do you want your mind to work for you. So anyway, I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.